I made a video on the best secondaries in Warzone a while back, but of course things are always changing on Warzone with various nerfs and buffs coming with frequent updates. So I thought it was high time I take another good look at the best secondary weapons to use in Warzone, but this time with a particular focus on when you're not using overkill. Overkill isn't always a good option, especially because it takes up the ghost perk slot, but you still want to be able to utilise your secondary slot as best you can to increase your chances of winning. I get that. Choosing overkill is always a risk since you can be picked up on UAVs and heartbeat sensors, so you may want to choose a ghost class and protect yourself a little bit more, especially if you're picking up a loadout that you and your team haven't called in, since you can't rely on map loadout drops to go and collect ghost afterwards. You could end up stuck without ghost for the whole game. Just before we do get into the best secondaries, I should just say that these weapons aren't necessarily going to be better than some ground loot and of course many enemy weapons from their loadout once you kill them, but they can be incredibly useful. In addition, there will be some subjectivity with what you prefer, but these recommendations cover a wide range of playstyles and can get you out of tricky situations. So let's start off with the Desert Eagle, or the .50 GS as it's also known. This pistol has the highest damage in its class category, but does have slower fire rate than most. We're going to combat that fire rate here by running it akimbo with a lightweight trigger. Most of you who play Warzone a lot will probably have ranked up your Deagle quite a bit already without knowing it, just from picking it up as floor loot or even in the gulag, but for akimbo you do need to get 5 kills with it using FMJ in 5 different matches. The exact class I suggest is this: Forge Tac Enforcer, which increases your damage range, velocity and recoil control at the loss of aiming down sight speed and movement speed. Don't worry though, we're not aiming down sights with this. Then we have the 5MW Laser, increasing hipfire speed and sprint to fire speed, lightweight trigger to improve fire rate, 13 round mags, and of course akimbo as the perk. This class is made for close range, and you can genuinely challenge shotguns and SMGs with this, and for a secondary weapon, that is absolute gold. You might be thinking, where is the silencer with this? If you're needing to fire these off, your worry shouldn't be whether you're showing up on the minimap, to be honest. I subbed out the silencer to ensure we have enough power and balance. I mean, come on, we don't have a silencer, but we have cannons instead of hands, so it's a decent trade-off. Next up, I'm gonna throw in another pistol for situations where you want to be able to challenge and finish people off at small to medium ranges. This pistol is the 1911, and this time we're not running akimbo, we want a little bit more accuracy. My recommended attachments are the .45 match grade barrel, 5MW laser, lightweight trigger again, 15 round mags, and stippled grip tape to help us out on ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. With this 1911 beauty, you've got 15 bullets to fire before reloading, so try and get through these bullets quick, and just unload as many as you can at your enemy. If this was the Desert Eagle, you'd really have to choose your shots, but the 1911 is more about quantity and speed of movement. Really, this secondary excels in finishing people off when your clip runs out, and maybe not for taking people down with full armor and health, but of course that can be done. For that role though, we look towards the Deagle akimbo. The 1911 pistol is for more of the classic Call of Duty player, when secondaries were just to whip out instead of reloading. Like I say, great for finishing people off when you've already clipped them. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, the RPG. I can feel some hate coming through the screen right now towards me, and I'm sorry, but the RPG is still one of, if not the best, secondary out there right now. Which is the reason I always recommend for people to run EOD as their first perk. Being able to take an RPG round can be the difference between winning and losing a game. Oh, and it doesn't make you want to punch through a wall or send passive-aggressive messages to strangers on Twitter. Come on, we're better than that. So what makes it so good? I hardly have to tell you, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, so it's good against vehicles, assuming they aren't running trophy systems, which means you can free up your equipment slot potentially if you do run C4 to combat vehicles. I know C4 has been nerfed, but some people still find their use against vehicles and therefore still run it. On top of being good against vehicles, RPGs have weirdly good utility for a range of situations. If you're up against multiple enemies on your own and they're storming at you, you genuinely have a chance of wiping them out in one rocket, which is insane, but there we go. They can even combat campers in buildings, whether that's actively killing them or flushing them out of their spot. They can finish an enemy that you've either downed or put close to death, but have managed to dodge round a corner. If they're being picked up, you crack their teammate too. Hey, great bonus. I'm ashamed to say that RPGs are my go-to secondary on my ghost classes. Sometimes it takes real strength to swap it out when I find better alternatives. Try not to get too annoyed at people using them, get annoyed at the game for making them so good. I swear there's a cool street way to say that quicker. The phrase escapes me. We're on to my final secondary recommendation. So far we've got a lot of firepower in our choices, whether that's rocket propelled grenades or 50 cal bullets, so naturally I'm going to recommend a pair of bamboo sticks, or as you may call them, Cali sticks. They kinda have a reputation as being a bit of a meme weapon, as they are just a melee weapon, and I'm sure you've seen plenty of people in your matches running them with riot shields. But honestly, they are a serious contender for the best secondary weapon, as long as you use them in the right situations. Whilst the other secondaries are based on aggression and finishing people off out in the open, the Cali sticks can really excel within buildings. The movement speed and effective fire rate, along with kills being in 2 hits when the enemy has full armor, means that you can latch onto people and down them before they even have a chance to know what's going on, never mind start firing bullets. In some ways the Cali sticks are too powerful, but when you die from them, don't hate the player, hate the game. Or just have a nutmeg and vanilla tea and get over it. Whatever you like. Well, that's actually all from me in this video. I hope this updated version on the best secondaries in Warzone is helpful in some way and increases your chances of winning next time you're dropping in Verdansk. If you've got a second, please give the video a like. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and getting my videos seen by more people. If you want to see more Call of Duty videos, then why not subscribe too? I post at least one video every 3 days, which showcase loads of different tips, gameplay and up-to-date info for Warzone. So why not join us? There's even going to be a giveaway on the channel coming up soon, so be sure to look out for that. I'm just going to let this video run out for about another minute. If you want to see some people's days be ruined by some Cali sticks. Bye for now.
Contact.
Let's jump over the wall, are you telling me?
Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
No!
Bastard.
Oh.
Oh man. There's a sniper up in the tree behind, guys. Careful.
Go on, Jason, have him.
Shit, one on me, one on me.
Thanks, mate. In the corner and then right.
Oh, he just got me, god damn it. Oh, I have no armor on.
Well, safe zone relocated.
Is there someone near you, Nathan?
Yeah, he's up top of my build.
I'm just gonna have to go for a piss.
Lowered, no.